Leigh Price, who weighs 35 st. 490 pounds, was forced to purchase two seats when he flew to Ireland 2 years ago, but the seats weren't even next to each other and complained that airline staff didn't seem to understand its policy on heavier passengers. The experience was so traumatizing for the 45-year-old, from Brynhill near Newport, South Wales. He hasn't been on a plane since. Mr. Price, who spoke of the experience on ITV's This Morning, had no other choice but to pay for two seats due to the airline's rules for passengers weighing more than 20 st. Someone else booked the tickets for him, and he said it was farcical because the outbound journey had one seat in the aisle and the other at the window, with the passenger seated between them. On the return journey, one was in row 17 on the left and the other was in row 19 on the right, he said. Mr. Price has never been weighed before a flight, and said the requirement to pay for a second seat is more for the comfort of the person seated next to him than his own. The widower said, "The seat is only a certain size. It doesn't matter whether I pay for two seats or not, I've still got to fit in that seat. If I'm paying for a seat, I want to be comfortable, whether it means somebody else can't sit next to me, but give that little bit of extra room. It put me off last time I flew, so it's been a few years now since I flew and my health has got a bit worse." Mr. Price gradually gained weight as he got older, but fell into a depression and turned to comfort eating following the death of his wife, Zuriya, in 2009. Uzbekistan Airways, the Central Asian country's national carrier, has set off a firestorm of controversy over its decision to weigh passengers before allowing them to board. It said all passengers will have to stand on scales with their personal luggage after they have checked in, and that the decision is based on flight safety. It will mean some overweight travelers could be excluded from busy flights on smaller planes if limits are exceeded. Travel expert Simon Calder, who joined Mr. Price on This Morning, said European airlines force passengers to pay for an adjacent seat if they do not fit. He said the policies vary from airline to airline and need to be standardized. Outspoken TV personality Katie Hopkins has called on airlines to charge a fat tax for overweight plane passengers. She recently told Mail Online, "I've thought this for a long time. It seems crazy that I'm charged to check in a bag whereas some 20-stone idiot next to me with hand luggage isn't charged anything even though they're carrying as much extra weight. I think that's very fair." In 2013, Samoan Air became the world's first airline to charge passengers according to their weight. This helped manage its onboard weight effectively and enabled costing plans to be more streamlined.